Okay, Assalamualaikum and good morning. I think we should start now because it's already almost 8:40. Dia nak join lagi. Okay, so for today's lecture, we are going to continue with another types of IBS. Okay, so if you still remember, we have 6 types of IBS. Last week, we have discussed on the first type of IBS, which is precast framing system. So we have a look what are the components that can be met as a precast component, which includes precast column, precast beam, precast slab, and some of the volumetric or what we call it as a modular construction or 3D construction components, which include the house unit. It can be done either in the full unit or semi-unit, for example, like the toilet unit, shelter, and etc. And we also have a look on how those components can be jointed or connected, okay, between column to beam, column to column, column to base, and etc. And we also have a look on some of the examples on how to apply a precast framing system, okay, which can be done on the two types of structural system, which consists of wall or panel system and also framing system. Okay, we have see the difference between these two systems lah. Okay, when we talk about wall system, wall or panel system last week, it only consists of wall and also slab, while framing system consists of column, beam, and also slab. And I already attached a few videos in the future last week. Hopefully you have watched all the videos regarding the jointing system or connection system between the components, okay, between column to column, column to beam, etc. And today we are going to continue with the second types of IBS, okay, which is reusable formwork system. Okay, so this is the outline for today's lecture. As usual, we are going to have a brief introduction on the reusable system formwork. Okay, why it is being considered as an IBS. Okay, we are going to see the reason why reusable formwork system has been considered as an IBS. And then we are going to have a look on the application, okay, where mostly this system has been applied in the construction project, on what type of projects. And then we are going to have a look on two types of formwork system that are available, including wall formwork and also wall tunnel formwork. And then I'm going to show you one of the simple examples of method statement on how to erect the formwork on site. Okay, what are the steps involved. And finally, we are going to have a look on the advantages of using this formwork system in your construction projects. So that's the outline of for today's lecture lah. Okay, for introduction, basically this system is categorized as NABS because the process of construction is carried out using a systematic and mechanized method, that is by using reusable formwork panels. Okay, so this is why this system has been considered as NABS. Okay, because they are using a systematic and mechanized method. Okay, if you still remember during the introduction class, the main criteria of IBS is mechanized. Okay, so when you have that element, so you can be considered as an IBS. And the other reason why this formwork system has been considered as IBS because it can easily integrate the idea of repetition. Okay, kita boleh keep repeating, berulang-ulang kita boleh guna. Okay, so because repetition also one of the criteria of IBS. Okay, so because the main idea of using IBS is you want to create the element of repetition. You nak ada elemen yang berulang dari segi size, berulang daripada segi cara kerja dan sebagainya. So this formwork system has that element of repetition. Okay, and the best thing is that this reusable formwork system can be repeated in terms of usage many times compared to traditional formwork system which we are using timber. Okay, timber ni kalau kita guna as a formwork system paling banyak boleh repeat pun 2 kali. Okay, selepas tu 2 kali tu is quite lucky. Okay, sometimes sekali guna formwork system as a using timber, kita boleh guna sekali je. Lepas dah cabut tu dah pecah dan sebagainya the formwork. So when using reusable formwork, it can be repeated more than 20 times sometimes. Okay, lebih 20 kali, lebih 30 kali boleh guna. So that's the good thing about reusable formwork system. Okay, they create the element of repetition. Alright, consequently, cast in situ concrete construction can be industrialized or manufactured on site using the mechanized system. Okay, so you can you can apply the usage of formwork system, reusable formwork system is in a more industrialized or mechanized system lah. Okay, it's more appropriate and we use this formwork system in your construction project compared to timber formwork system. And this system also will allow the rapid on-site placement of cast in situ concrete to form beams, columns, slabs, and also walls. Okay, and the other reason why we encourage you to use this reusable formwork system because when you use reusable formwork system in your construction project, it will be much faster. Okay, lebih cepat. Okay, because there is element of rapid installation of the formwork. Okay, you will install very quickly. Okay, compared to timber formwork. Okay, so it's much easier for you to use reusable system formwork in your construction project compared to timber. Okay, and basically this system has rapidly gained accepted in many towns and cities by both big and small contractors due to the many advantages lah. Later on kita akan tengok what are the advantages. But this system is getting popular and the usage is being increased tremendously, especially the type of steel formwork. Okay, even though they are using the terms is reusable formwork system, the formwork system can be made from steel, aluminium, plastic, or fiberglass. Okay, but steel formwork system is more widely used in our country. Okay, lebih popular lah sebenarnya steel formwork system compared to other form of reusable formwork system. Alright, in terms of application, so basically next week kalau masuk lambat saya tak approve nanti kan. So please join early ya. Saya pun dah start akan kelas you all lambat dah ni, 8.30. Patutnya kita start pukul 8. So next week please join early lah. So saya tak nak macam ni interrupt the lecture. Takut hilang idea saya nak cakap kan. Alright, so again as I mentioned earlier in terms of application, okay, so where we can apply this reusable formwork system in the construction project. So basically this system is suitable for buildings that can function with less flexibility during their service lives. Okay, so in other words, this building are able to function without the need for major modification or renovation in the near future. So because when you use reusable formwork system, your end product will be much stronger. Okay, and when when the product is has a increase in strength, so in the future you're going to find it difficult to modify or to renovate your building. Okay, so when you want to do something like hacking, you want to demolish certain wall, is very difficult because the end product is very strong. So basically where we can see the application of this formwork system is at the hotel, construction, hostel, flats and apartment. As you can see, it's more on the high-rise punya projects. Okay, because if you want to use reusable formwork system, you must have the element of repetition in your construction project. Repetition in terms of sizing, floor to floor height, tinggi lantai sama, standardized. So when you use reusable formwork system, lebih cepat, lebih senang. Okay, kalau you nak buat this type of projects, okay, high rise projects lah, hotel, hostel, flats, and apartment. Okay, so that's why you can see a lot of application of reusable formwork system is on these categories of buildings lah. Okay, more on high rise projects. And previously, this system is associated with the mass construction of low-cost houses, flats, or apartments. Okay, however, currently this method has gained the increasing acceptance of architects and engineers, and is widely used to build prestigious, luxurious high-rise apartments and also hotels. Okay, so of course, before getting popular on the high-rise apartment and hotel, this reusable formwork system also has been used on low-cost houses as well, flats, apartment, flat murah yang 5-6 tingkat tu dan sebagainya. But now it's getting popular on the more expensive construction projects. Okay, next we have a look on the detail on the reusable formwork system. So just now on the previous 2 or 3 slides, we have a look on the little bit background on reusable formwork system, especially on the reason why reusable formwork system has been considered as an ABS lah. Okay, again, the element of repetition to play a big part in including this reusable formwork system as part of IBS. Okay, so basically this reusable formwork system is one of the systems that integrate well with the concept of modern method of construction, which is IBS, in delivering faster and more efficient construction process. Okay, so nowadays we are talking about a faster construction process. We want to complete our project as quickly as possible, especially when we are talking about housing projects. Okay, we have a high level of demand for housing. So in that case, we need a construction method that can complete your project as quickly as possible. Okay, one of them is by using IBS, and one of them is by using reusable formwork system. So basically in Malaysia, the steel formwork system is better preferred for the construction of walls instead of beams and columns due to the many repetition of similar wall component in the wall frame, not bearing wall buildings. So besides being used on high-rise projects, most of the application of reusable formwork system is on the wall construction. Okay, banyak digunakan untuk wall construction. Okay, sebab again, as I mentioned earlier, the element of repetition, the wall sizes, wall components, so floor to floor height, the sama size, and it's easy to use formwork system instead of using formwork system on beams or also column. Okay, so kurang lah, ada tapi kurang penggunaan on beams or column. Dia penggunaannya lebih kepada wall construction. Okay, untuk steel, untuk reusable formwork system, tak kisahlah guna steel, plastic or whatever. In this case, greater economy can be achieved by utilizing the standardization and modularization of the wall system. Okay, so again, repetition, standardization, modularization. Okay, ni walaupun terms dia berlainan, standardization, modularization, repetition, konsepnya sama, ideanya sama, kita nak benda yang berulang. Okay, in terms of sizing, Okay, dia punya tinggi, dia punya length, dia punya lebar dan sebagainya. Okay, so wall ni is very easy to achieve that element of repetition, standardization and modularization. Okay, steel formwork component are normally available in standard panel sizes. Okay, dah ada standard size dia lah. And of course, the sizes of the steel formwork components must follow whatever stated in the Malaysian standard. Okay, so we have a Malaysian standard punya sizes of wall, column, beam and etc. Okay, nanti later on kita akan tengok on that. This panel are stiffened by using built-in stiffeners of tie rods to resist lateral concrete pressure during the concreting lah. So ini one of the main components of the reusable formwork system. Okay, kita akan ikat dia using tie rods. Okay, kita akan stiffen dia with the tie rods to make sure the formwork is strong enough to receive the loads given by the concrete. Okay, bila kita nak pour concrete dalam formwork tu nanti dia tak bergerak, tak berubah daripada segi sizing dan sebagainya. So later on we are going to have a look on the method statement dia lah, dia punya process, the steps macam mana kita nak install of this formwork system. Alright, there are two popular types of formwork system, okay, which are wall formwork and also tunnel formwork. Okay. Okay, firstly we have look on the wall formwork, okay, dinding. Okay, here we are going to have a look on the steps in general, because before towards the end of today's lecture, I'm going to show you one of the example of method statement in detail. Yang ini saya just brief saja dulu. Okay, so as you can see in this diagram, this is the schematic drawing of the formwork system lah. Okay, as you can see the wall thickness, it depends on design. Okay, that's why dia tulis kat sini varies. Okay, dia punya komponen, okay, ada tie nut, tie rod, okay, ada what we call it platform, yang ini ataupun kita panggil dia propping prop, okay, ada base dia dan sebagainya lah. Okay, basically when we talking about high-rise project, okay, sebelum kita whatever it is nak doing, when we talking about high-rise project, for example like apartment dan sebagainya, kita akan ada a lot of components involved beside wall. Okay, kita ada slab, kita ada column and beam, etc. So basically when we talking about construction of wall, is involved with the slab as well. Okay, so when you use formwork system, okay, in your construction project, you have to do the concreting of wall first, okay, before you buat yang floor atau slab tingkat atas lah. Okay, of course ground floor kena siap dulu lah, ground floor, and then you akan naikkan you punya formwork, buat concreting of the wall dulu, then dah siap, buka formwork tu, barulah you start lay concrete untuk slab tingkat atas. Okay, so that's the process will be repeated sampailah tingkat paling atas sekali lah. So you akan buat wall dulu, siap wall, baru you buat slab tingkat atas. Okay, upper level. So again, here's some of the schematic drawing of the formwork system. Okay, as you can see, floor slab untuk ground floor atau yang bawah ni mestilah kita buat dululah, of course. Okay, barulah kita naikkan formwork. Okay, kita akan ikat dia using tie rod. And of course akan ada propping, as you can see in this diagram, prop lah, diagram belah kiri you ni. Okay, and then you install the formwork sheet ni, is either using steel, aluminium or plastic, and then kita akan pour concrete dalam ruang ni lah. Okay, so make sure tie rod ni is very critical lah. Okay, kita make sure dia betul-betul tight, okay, betul-betul stiffen, ikat dengan kuat supaya bila kita pour concrete tu dia akan bagi pressure pada the wall sheeting ni atau the formwork ni. Kita tak nak kalau kita tak betul-betul tight the panels of the formwork, takut nanti dia akan bergerak, so sizing tu akan lari. Okay, so kita kena make sure that. Okay, ini actual punya diagram of the wall formwork lah, as you can see. Okay, inilah tie rod yang kita pakai tie rod ni. Okay, so the accessory for the edges of the formwork, some of the accessories, edges dia, hujung dia. Okay, menutup dia lah. Okay, the edge is fixed to the wall formwork to form a L-shape components lah. Okay, dia akan bentuk L-shape, nanti kita akan tengok more detail about it. Alright, just now kita have a look on the tie rod. Okay, now kita akan tengok on the propping of the formwork sheeting. Okay, dia punya prop, tupang dia, kita nak give extra stability of the formwork sheeting ni. Okay, kepingan atau panel formwork kita ni, nak bagi dia enough verticality dia betul-betul be adjusted, dan kita akan pasang prop dia. Okay, and then kita akan pasang wall sheeting dia lah. Okay, ini kita panggil wall sheeting atau panel dia. Okay, ini some of the scenarios of using formwork system in your construction projects lah. Okay, using reusable. Dalam case ni biasanya kita gunakan steel lah, steel formwork. Okay, later on after we finish today's lecture, nanti dalam new future saya ada masukkan in learning activity some videos. Okay, ada, if I'm not mistaken, ada 4 videos of this regarding this topic, so you boleh tengok untuk get a clear idea on the installation, on the types of formwork, reusable formwork system that we have. Okay, nanti you boleh tengok dalam new future nanti. Saya dah masuk ke dalam learning activities. Later on nanti saya akan remind. Okay, besides that, you also can create what we call it as a curve concrete walls. Okay, using curve steel formwork. Okay, so kita dah boleh buat curve juga. Okay, tak adalah flat punya shape only. So it's, nowadays we have a curve formwork system as well, as you can see the diagram. Okay, so the method of installation is still the same, okay, but the shape is only different lah. Okay, dia tak flat, tak rata, so dia bentuk curve. Tapi dia punya method installation is the same lah, sama je. Alright, so beside wall formwork, we also have what we call it as a tunnel formwork. Okay, apa beza dia? Nanti kita tengok. Okay, so this is what we call it as a tunnel formwork. Okay, when you use tunnel formwork, you can casted or you can do the concreting work wall and also slab simultaneously, maksudnya serentak. Okay, so dia bentuk tunnel. And tunnel formwork ni dia punya shape is in the form of N form, N alphabet, small n. Okay, huruf N yang kecil tu. Okay, N kecil ni. Okay, tak can ni, huruf N kecil. Alright, so dia bentuk N shape, small N shape. Okay, so dia akan pasang, kalau tadi wall saja, bahagian wall saja. So tapi yang ini bentuk N shape, so kita termasuk sekali bahagian slab. So bila kita buat concreting, so kita akan buat concreting for both component, wall and slab. Okay, tapi untuk wall formwork tadi untuk wall saja. Tapi untuk tunnel formwork ni, you can use both. Okay, untuk kedua-dua sekali, kedua-dua komponen, wall and slab. So here some of the components of tunnel formwork. Okay, so more or less dia lebih kurang sama macam wall formwork tadi lah. Okay, kita ada, of course, we need what we call it as a propping, kita ada kena ada tie rod dan sebagainya lah. Okay, benda-benda tu still the same. Tapi komponen dia lebih lah compare to wall formwork, sebab tunnel formwork ni in terms of sizing dia lebih besar sebab dia bentuk tunnel kan, so sizing dia lebih besar compare to wall formwork tadi. Wall formwork tu lebih bentuk sheeting, kepingan besi ataupun panel saja kita pasang lah. Tapi untuk tunnel ni dia lebih bigger in shape and also sizes. And in terms of tunnel formwork, we can use what we call it as a half set of tunnel formwork. Okay, dia bentuk separuh. Okay, as you can see in the diagram. Okay, dia bentuk separuh macam ni. Okay, dia tak complete. This is not a full set of the tunnel formwork. Okay, so it also can be considered as a reusable formwork system, and also can be used in the construction project as well. Okay, so beside that, we also have a climbing formwork. Okay, so nama dia pun dah obvious, climbing. okay, dia akan naik kan, okay, floor to floor. Okay, so maksudnya dia punya method of installation is more a little bit complicated lah. Okay, climbing formwork but to get a clear idea on climbing formwork, nanti later on you can have a look on the videos which has been attached on the feature. Okay, I have attached one specific video on the climbing formwork, on the what are the components involved and how to install the climbing formwork. Okay, so nanti later you boleh tengok dalam feature tu. Alright, next we have a look on the type of formwork system that we have. Okay, bukan type lah, okay, material yang digunakan untuk formwork system that we have. Okay, selain daripada steel, okay, we also have aluminium formwork system. Okay, the method more or less sama. Okay, sama ada you gunakan steel, aluminium atau plastik, method statement dia sama. Okay, cuma membezakan adalah panel formwork you tu dia berbuat daripada apa, okay, steel ke aluminium dan sebagainya. So now kita tengok contoh aluminium formwork system. Okay, so in terms of aluminium formwork system is more flexible, lightweight and suits all building types without the need to rely on heavy cranes or another heavy construction plant and equipment. So this is the main difference between steel and aluminium formwork. Okay, aluminium ni dia lebih ringan, lightweight. Okay, so bila dia lebih ringan, you don't need heavy cranes to lift the formwork. Okay, compare using steel formwork. Okay, steel ni lebih berat. Okay, so the handling dia lebih a little bit difficult lah. Okay, susah sikit compare to aluminium formwork. Okay, so then the equipment will then be dismantled and used repetitively for about 300 times. Okay, so dia boleh guna secara berulang lebih kurang 300 kali. Okay, so that the good thing about aluminium formwork system. Okay, banyak kali you boleh guna. Okay, and then it can be constructed a building at the rate of 4 to 5 days per floor, as compared to 10 to 15 days per floor for conventional system. Okay, dia lebih cepat. Okay, so kalau you gunakan timber formwork system, okay, conventional punya formwork system, untuk siapkan satu floor area, you akan ambil masa lebih kurang 10 ke 15 hari. But however, you use reusable formwork system, sama ada aluminium, steel dan sebagainya, so you boleh siap 4 to 5 days saja, lebih cepat. Okay, okay, so kat situ you can see that you can complete your project much faster lah compare using the conventional method, okay, or conventional system. So here you can see the example of the aluminium sheets lah. Okay, so this is one of the top punya manufacturers of formwork system in Malaysia, TAC system, TAC system. Okay, so this is one of the example of their products lah. Later on I think ada videos juga pasal aluminium formwork nanti dalam new feature, nanti kita go through. So here some of the detail of the wall formwork. Okay, so kita ada kicker panel atau kicker head dia panggil. Alright, dia punya base lah, lebih kurang dia punya base, atau kita panggil dia base lah. Okay, wall tie ni tie rod tadi. Okay, kita ada internal corner, external corner, and the wall panel. Okay, and of course other component needed in the wall formwork is the propping lah. Okay, the prop. Okay, diagram ni lebih clear lah kalau compare to previous one. Okay, yang ini untuk floor slab, floor formwork. Okay, ada juga kita boleh pakai formwork system untuk flooring. Okay, tapi kurang lah penggunaan dekat Malaysia ni. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, in Malaysia we use this reusable formwork system more on wall component, wall construction lah kebiasaannya. Okay, this is in general the steps of using aluminium formwork system in your construction project. So firstly, you have to do your setting out on marking. Okay, you can mark the location of your wall components kat mana kena buat marking, so kat mana supaya bila you nak pasang the panels of the formwork is much easier sebab you dah mark, you dah buat setting out the areas. And then you akan pasang the first side of the wall, panel yang pertama. Dan kalau ada need for BRC, kena pasang BRC. Kalau ada next step, you akan pasang another side. Sebab kita ada dua side of formwork kan. So pasang mula-mula dulu, pasang masukkan BRC, okay, besi reinforcement bar dan sebagainya, dan pasang di other side. Okay, so ini kalau you pasang apa ni untuk slab pun sama. Okay, so you kena make sure the panel ataupun the side of the panel sheeting has been fixed properly, and then again lay the BRC. Kalau ada M&E punya requirement, services, mechanical and engineering and electrical, so you have to allow the contractor responsible for it to install all the M&E requirements. Okay, and then you lay another layer of BRC, and then you make sure the formwork has been properly tight, okay, and then barulah you pour the concrete, and then you, after the concrete has hardened, you will dismantle the formwork lah. Alright, next formwork system that we have is plastic, okay, made of plastic. Okay, so this is some of the features of the plastic formwork system, the characteristic of this plastic formwork system, which include extreme temperature tolerance. Okay, even though it's a plastic, tapi dia punya material is quite strong enough to control or to receive any extreme temperature. Okay, especially we're talking about our country, Malaysia, especially during the hot season, okay, masa cuaca panas dan sebagainya. So tak adalah the plastic tu boleh cair dan sebagainya. So it still can sustain that extreme punya temperature. Okay, lightweight, of course, dia sama macam aluminium, ringan, and it can be used for large construction, okay, berskala besar. Durable, okay, tahan walaupun dia plastik tapi dia boleh tahan lama. Okay, easy to install and dismantle, okay, sebab it's lightweight, sebab tu dia senang untuk kita pasang, untuk kita buka, and easy to clean also. Okay, sebab dia tak sesusah macam steel lah, okay, untuk cleaning punya proses, sebab kita nak guna dia banyak kali. Okay, we want to use it in many times, so in terms of maintenance punya aspect, we need to consider lah. When we talking about maintenance ni, kita kena consider about the cleaning punya process. So kita, bila kita dismantle the formwork system, we need to clean it up. Okay, kena bersihkan dan sebagainya. Okay. Okay, but for plastic formwork system, they have some limitation. Okay, one of them is quite high investment. Okay, it's not only plastic formwork system lah, other types of formwork system including aluminium, steel, dia punya initial cost is very high lah. Okay, agak tinggi. But especially, for example, like we're talking about steel formwork. Okay, of course, dia punya cost a little bit higher bila kita nak start nak beli the formwork system. Tapi in the long run, you will save a lot. Banyak you boleh jimat sebab you boleh guna banyak kali compare to timber. Okay, tapi untuk plastic formwork ni, dia punya kelemahan dia zero scrap value. Okay, so tak ada nilai dia untuk you, maksudnya bila dia dah sampai tahap jangka hayat dia dah habis. Okay, maksudnya dia dah guna lebih daripada 300 kali, dah tak boleh guna dah. Okay, so you nak maybe you nak jual untuk recycle punya purpose, maybe ada certain part, ada certain company yang boleh terima plastik tapi tak mahal sangat lah compare to steel ataupun aluminium. Okay, so value steel or aluminium ni still ada harga bila you nak jual for recycle punya purpose. Okay, and plastik ni dia not fit for all type of panel lah. Okay, dia ada limitation sikit. Okay, dia tak boleh guna untuk semua category of projects. Okay, maybe in terms of sizing dia pun ada limitation dan sebagainya. Okay, here are some of the steps that you need to consider when you are talking about using plastic formwork system. Okay, so firstly, as you can see in the first diagram, panel connecting pin is used for connecting all panel and accessories. Okay, so dia ada some sort like macam tie rod tadi lah, screw dia tadi, tapi dia panggil connecting pin. Okay. And they have the walkway bracket provide a safe working platform and can be positioned at various height. Okay, so dia ada walkway bracket. Ada lagi nak join? Bulan suku tu. Okay, so when we use formwork system ni, you kena consider walkway bracket ni sebab bila kita nak install, sebab dia quite high, quite high, agak tinggi dan sebagainya, so dia kena ada walkway untuk workers naik untuk pasang tight the screw dan sebagainya. Okay, so some of the formwork system macam plastik ni dia ada boleh pasang walkway. Okay, maybe ada formwork system yang tak boleh pasang walkway. Okay, so we need scaffolding lah. Okay, untuk make sure kita boleh sampai untuk buat proses tie up the panels. Okay, the weller corner clamp is used to secure the corner position of the weller. So kita ada component what we call it as a weller. Okay, kita nak clamp penghujung edge of the formwork system kita. And then of course kita ada props, okay, sama ada you gunakan plastic formwork, aluminium formwork or steel formwork, you will need props for your wall, for your formwork system untuk dapatkan stability. And the connection of panel is using the panel connecting pins, insert the panels and twist to lock. Okay, so kita ada komponen dia ada, memang dekat plastic formwork tu dia dah ada hole je untuk connecting pin tu. Okay, kita masuk and then kita akan twist untuk lock ni. Okay, so nanti, and for plastic formwork ni I think ada video juga dalam YouVision, nanti boleh tengok. Okay, the panels are connected using the panel connecting pins. Okay, so dia tak pakai tie rod. Okay, kalau tadi macam steel formwork system, aluminium formwork, dia panggil tie rod. Okay, screw tu, kita screwkan dia dan kita tie. Tapi untuk plastik formwork ni kita pakai connecting pin. Okay. And then kita akan repeat the process. Okay, bila kita siap pasang one side of the wall, kita pasang sebelah dia, satu side of the wall. Okay, dan kita pasang weller brackets tadi yang kat end ni, kat edges dia ni, penghujung dia ni tadi. Okay, and then propping, barulah kita buat concreting lah. So bila kita dah make sure semua komponen pins, weller, okay, penghujung edges ni weller ni, okay, has been properly installed, and then double check, dan kita akan pour concrete lah. Okay, so barulah kita dismantle the formwork. Okay, so that's plastic formwork system lah, and that's also available. Okay, so more or less the step is similar. Okay, it's either using steel or aluminium or plastic formwork. Okay, proses dia lebih kurang sama. Cuma material yang digunakan, komponen yang digunakan maybe berbeza. For example, like plastic formwork ni lah, dia ada connecting pin dia. Okay, macam kalau guna steel formwork, kita pakai tie rod dan sebagainya. Okay, next I'm going to show you an example of a method statement of wall formwork. Okay, one simple example. Ni tak kisahlah you gunakan steel, aluminium ataupun plastik ataupun fiberglass, aluminium formwork sekalipun, method statement dia lebih kurang sama. Proses dia lebih kurang sama, step dia lebih kurang sama. First, what you need to do is setting up. Okay, so you kena buat setting up, nak make sure the right location of the components. Okay, wall, dalam case ni wall. Okay, so kita kena buat some sort like marking, kat mana start nak pasang, kat mana hujung dia dan sebagainya. Okay, sizing dia berapa, panjang dia berapa dan sebagainya. Setting out. Okay, then you setting out the wall head atau kicker dia, atau ini kita panggil dia base dia. Okay, dia punya base dia kat mana, so you pasang. Okay, then you make sure buat concreting untuk kicker head dia ni, wall head dia ni, barulah you boleh pasang, barulah you boleh pergi ke next proses. Okay, dalam contoh ni kita pakai steel formwork. Okay, so sebelum you naikkan formwork tu, okay, yang proses ni you boleh buat selepas you pasang, selepas you naikkan atau sebelum you naikkan. It's either one. Okay, tapi more suitable sebelum you naikkan ataupun before you lift or install the wall panels. Okay, sebelum you pasang. So what you need to do is that you need to spray the mold with oil. Okay, special oils lah. Okay, apa guna, what is the function of this oil? Sebab apa? Bila you nak dismantle nanti, bila you dah concrete dah keras, you nak buka supaya proses dismantle tu senang, supaya you punya panel of the wall ni, formwork you ni tak melekat pada konkrit. Okay, so itu gunanya spray the mold with the oil ni. Okay, so bila you nak buka nanti senang, dekat dia dah melekat. Okay, kalau dah melekat nanti susah. Okay, so you have to spray with the oil. Okay, then barulah you pasang the steel formwork panel dia, side yang pertama. Okay, sebab kita ada dua side. Okay, ada dua side. So pasang yang first dulu. Okay, so you pasang yang mula dulu. And then, so you can slot in the tie rod and also wall spacer. Okay, tie rod ni kita nak tie between the panel of the formwork. Okay, dua side tadi. Side pertama, side kedua. So kita ikat dia gunakan tie rod. Okay, wall spacer ni apa guna dia? Wall spacer ni guna dia untuk make sure sizing ketebalan dinding tu tak lari. Katakan the thickness of the wall is let's say 300 mm. Okay, 300 mm. Okay, so wall spacer ni kita gunakan untuk make sure sizing tu tak lari. Sebab apa? Takut nanti bila kita pour concrete, impact daripada concreting tu menyebabkan wall tu bergerak, panel tu bergerak, dia terlari sikit ke apa ke, tapi dengan adanya wall spacer ni dia boleh pegang betul-betul, tak lari, 300 mm, 300 mm dia stick kat situ. Itu gunanya wall spacer. Okay. Selain daripada tie rod, so dia extra punya components lah. Okay, tie rod ni pun boleh, function dia sama. Okay, cuma dia ikat, tapi kadang bila kita ikat terlalu ketat, takut nanti dia akan ada shape yang dia boleh lari sikit. Okay, tapi ada wall spacer ni dia akan stick kat situ je. Okay. And then after that, kita akan install the other side of the steel formwork. Okay, tadi again as I mentioned earlier, kita ada dua side. First kita pasang first, kita slot in the tie rod, then kita akan pasang the second, the other side of the formwork, steel formwork. Okay, and then barulah kita ketatkan dia, tie the tie rod. Okay, tadi kita baru pasang dia, letak dia dulu screw dia dan sebagainya. So now after we completed the installation of the both panels of the formwork, then we are going to tie the tie rod. Okay, kita akan ketatkan dia. Kemudian kita akan buat double check, verticality check. Okay, so nak tengok tegakkan kita punya panel, make sure betul-betul tegak, tak lari. So kita, of course kita boleh gunakan timbang air ni lah. Okay, apa nama dia? Lupa lah. Biasa panggil timbang air. Okay, then baru kita buat concreting. Okay, concreting, and then after a few days kita remove the formwork, kita buka. Okay, then after kita buka, kita repeat the same process lah, repeat the same process sampailah siap. Okay, so that's generally the process ataupun the steps involved in using the formwork system. Is either steel ataupun aluminium ataupun fiberglass ataupun plastic formwork system. Okay. Alright, finally we have a look on the advantages of using this reusable formwork system. Alright, one of the advantages of using this reusable formwork system is involve simple operation with a minimum numbers of workers, and eventually the construction of concrete building become more efficient. Okay, so you are going to reduce numbers of workers needed when you use reusable formwork system. Tak perlu ramai. Okay, sebab formwork system sizing dia dah cover satu wall. Okay, satu wall katakan, tak perlu nak gunakan pekerja yang ramai. Okay, manual labor works can be reduced. Okay, so especially on concreting work. Okay, so you boleh reduce a lot site labor. Okay, again, duration of construction can be reduced as well. Okay, so lebih fast, lebih cepat. Okay, as you can see, if you still remember previous slide tadi, at the middle of the lecture tadi, kalau you pakai reusable formwork system, for floor area, you boleh siap dalam 4 to 5 days compare to gunakan conventional method, you ambil masa 10 ke 15 hari. So lebih, you jimat so lebih kurang 10 hari. Okay, kalau you gunakan reusable formwork system. Suitable for both low rise and high rise construction, even though the application of steel formwork ataupun reusable formwork system in Malaysia is more on high rise project, tapi sebenarnya dia boleh gunakan untuk low rise project as well. Tak ada masalah sebenarnya. Alright, the monolithic ni large span. Okay, span yang floor area dia lebar, wide, long. Okay, so obtained from the system also allow for better integrity and robustness of the building. Okay, provides good accuracy for the cast in situ components. Okay, dia punya accuracy lebih tepat. Okay, sebab dia ada komponen yang kita gunakan macam tie rod tadi, wall spacer tadi, so lebih accurate. A smooth internal finish that eliminate the need for plastering. So ini in terms of quality. Okay, so your end product will be high in quality. Sebab bila you gunakan reusable formwork, dia punya surface tu lebih smooth. Okay, compared to timber formwork. Okay, kalau you pakai timber formwork ni, banyak isu in terms of honeycomb. Okay, lubang-lubang dia panggil honeycomb, defect lah. So bila ada defect macam tu, bila you pakai timber formwork, bila buka, you kena buat plastering. Okay, tapi bila you pakai reusable formwork system, the need for plastering will be eliminated. So maksudnya tak perlu lagi kerja-kerja plastering. Sebab bila you pakai reusable formwork system, you punya end product dah cantik dah. Okay, dah tak ada masalah. Okay, lower cost especially in the long run. Okay, dia jimat dalam masa jangka masa panjang. Okay, so jimat dari segi quality. Of course, bila berquality, you boleh reduce maintenance punya aspect. Okay, plastering work dah tak ada, dah jimat kat situ. Pekerja kurang, dah jimat kat labor cost. So banyak. So even though dia punya investment high, initial punya investment is quite high. Cost nak beli formwork system tu agak tinggi. Tapi in the long run, you will jimat banyak cost lah. Okay, sebenarnya. Simplicity in equipment. Okay, so senang. Simple, very simple. Okay, tak susah mana pun kalau you pakai reusable formwork system ni. Okay, it's not as complicated as other conventional punya method of formwork system. Okay, so that's among the advantages of reusable formwork system. Okay, so that's all for this topic. Any question? Ada soalan? Ada ke ni? Senyap ni semua?
Tak ada soalan, Doktor.
Yang lain?
Tak ada juga.
Tak ada, Doktor.
Tak ada.
Tak ada, Doktor.
So far tak ada. Doktor.
Okay, if there is no question, so I'm going to show you where you can watch where where you can watch the video. Buka pula new feature ni. Okay, as usual, you pergi ke activities. Okay, ini yang last week ni ya. Okay, ini this week. Lecture 3, Reusable System Formwork. There are 4 videos in total that you need to watch after this class. So, video 1 ni modular formwork system. Okay, video 2 climbing formwork, video 3 aluminium formwork, video 4 plastic formwork. Okay, so make sure you watch it. So when you perhaps after you watching the video, you will get a better understanding on how formwork system has been installed or erected lah. Okay, so make sure you watch sebab saya boleh track. Untuk last week, punya jointing system, kita tengok dulu 3B dulu. Nampak kat sini. Yang pangkah-pangkah ni tak sure lah dah tengok ke belum. Sepatutnya kalau based on system ni not started ni maksudnya tak tengok lagi. Okay, yang tick ni dah tengok completed. Okay, yang circle ni in progress maksudnya tak habis tengok. Okay, so saya boleh track dalam ni. Siapa tengok lagi, siapa tak tengok lagi. So siapa yang tak tengok lagi tu make sure tengok 3A. Kat sini you boleh tengok. Yang mana tick ni dah tengok, yang belum tick tu belum tengok lagi. So make sure you tengok I can track your progress lah dalam ni. Okay. Alright. Before we end up the class, again saya nak I want to touch a little bit again on your project. Okay, because I got a few questions from your friends. They will PM me asking about the projects lah. Okay, so again saya explain lagi sekali to make sure that you get a better idea. Okay, so one of the requirement of the project is that you have to come up with a floor plan. You have to design your floor plan. Okay. Kenapa you kena ada floor plan? Sebab one of the requirement of your project is that you have to calculate your IBS score, which we are going to learn I think dalam minggu ke-8 atau 9, week 8 or 9 nanti kita akan belajar pasal IBS score. One of the requirement nak kira IBS score ni, you kena ada floor plan. Floor plan tu maksudnya you kena ada sizing you. Okay, panjang ni berapa, lebar ni berapa dan sebagainya. Sebab nak kira IBS score, you kena ada size. Okay, sebab tu saya suruh you come up with your floor plan. Okay. So, ada some of your friend tanya, boleh tak ambil daripada Google? Okay. Jawapan saya yes or no. Okay. Of course, last option is Google lah. Okay, you nak ambil floor plan from Google, you gunakan. Okay. Tapi at least try by your own, use your own creativity and imagination to design your own floor plan. Okay, try, cuba. Okay, sebab nanti masa you part 7 nanti, you ambil PED nanti, final project, you kena buat ni semua. Okay, lagi besar punya project, berskala besar, you kena design, ada master design. Okay, ini simple saja. Okay. So, you boleh tengok daripada Google, maybe you boleh buka Google, search any floor plan yang ada, boleh gunakan floor plan daripada Google tu as your guideline. Okay, you boleh gunakan guide. Okay, berapa sizing dinding, okay, dan sebagainya. Alright, tak ada masalah. Untuk use Google punya image as a guideline tak ada masalah. Tapi janganlah, kalau boleh, janganlah 100% ambil Google terus buat as your floor plan as for your project. Okay, so you need to use your creativity lah. Okay, try. And Another things, ada juga tanya mesti ke guna AutoCAD. Okay. Of course, nak buat design ni is good kalau you tahu guna AutoCAD. I think you dah belajar. I think part 1, part 2 kot you dah belajar pasal part 1 atau part 2 you belajar pasal AutoCAD. Okay, time ni lah you nak asah you punya skill untuk use AutoCAD. Okay, kalau you boleh guna. Tapi kalau tak boleh guna AutoCAD pun tak ada masalah bagi saya. Okay. You boleh gunakan PowerPoint, you boleh gunakan Words untuk draw balik you punya apa nama dia ni, floor plan tu tadi. Okay, so tak ada masalah. Okay, kalau you rasa you nak buat pakai tangan cantik dan you scan masukkan dalam report pun tak ada masalah, as long as ada floor plan tu lah. Okay, so that's so far itulah soalan yang popular saya dapat setakat ni. Okay, daripada some of your friends lah. So saya dah recap, saya dah tekankan kat sini lagi sekali. Okay, so tak ada masalah on that. For the time being, that's the issue lah about your project. Kalau ada soalan lain, you boleh tanya saya directly ataupun boleh tanya dalam group, tak ada masalah. Okay, untuk berkaitan dengan project from time to time lah. So you boleh tanya later. Right? So if there is no question, we can end up our class today. So again, before we stop, as a reminder, please make sure don't forget to watch all the videos just now in your future. Don't forget your attendance, to click your attendance in your future. And again, hari ni saya rasa ramai tak datang ni, ada 50 something je ni. Sepatutnya you ada 60 lebih, if I not mistaken. Dalam your future ni tadi ada 60 lebih kot. Tak perasan tadi. Make sure next week join awal. Okay, saya tak nak macam tadi pukul 9 pun ada join, interrupt my lecture lah, terganggu sikit. Kesian kawan-kawan you yang boleh join awal ni. So please manage your time properly lah. Okay, so I think that's all for today. Okay, take care, stay safe. Kita jumpa next week on lecture 5 on steel framing system. Okay, so kita sambung lagi on the another types of IPS, which is steel framing system. Okay, maaf doktor sebab line problem. Okay, never mind. Okay, some of you maybe ada issue, I understand, tak ada masalah. Okay, kalau ada masalah apa in terms of line problem ke apa, boleh PM saya dulu. Okay, WhatsApp cik, sorry line problem hari ni lambat, tak boleh join ke sebagainya. Ke nak WhatsApp pun tak boleh, tak ada line. Okay, so itulah. Okay, kalau nak join lambat ke ada any problem, you let me know lah. Alright. Okay, so that's all. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.
Thank you, Dok.